Hey everyone, it's Psychic Medium Jojoempathic here, and we're going to go ahead and get started with a live reading. Please give this video a like and thumbs up whenever you join. We'll give everyone a few minutes to log on and see who wants to join tonight for a free reading. So tonight is my free offering here on YouTube Live. Let's try to get the lighting good. So whatever questions you have for Spirit, drop them in the live chat. I just need your first name. No background information is needed. I also have my tarot cards out if anyone would like a tarot card reading. See who wants to join today. So today is Thursday, January 22nd. It is 7 p.m. Central Timing in Frisco, Texas. I am a psychic medium and intuitive healer. I help individuals to tap into their intuitive intelligence field to transform their lives, whether this is for energy healing, transcending limiting beliefs and outdated belief systems that have a hold on us. I help individuals to free themselves into a place of spiritual sovereignty. So that's at the core and heart of my work. I offer psychic mediumship readings and energy healing sessions that can be booked at jojoempathic.com. I also offer my signature offering, which are Journeys with JoJo. So there's about 3 different tiers of Journey with JoJo that you can read more about on my website, jojoempathic.com. The first tier is a 3-session package at a discounted rate. And these can be 3 consecutive sessions of your liking. So maybe you want to meet your spirit guides and just focus on spirit guide communication. We can take those 3 sessions and work specifically on those goals. If you would like the full experience of Journey with JoJo, you're going to want to sign up for the second tier, which is technically phase 1 of Journey with JoJo. So this is a package of 6 intuitive sessions. We meet over Zoom. If you are local, I do have students that come over to my vacation homes where whatever's available. That's my in-person location right now in North Texas, so Frisco area. And we can definitely meet in person, but they're great for Zoom and virtual because you're at a desk or you're at your table at your own home and you're focused. So I find that the Zoom sessions are best for spiritual development. So you can with your feet planted on the floor, maybe have your snacks or juice, tea, coffee, and you're focused because we go through a series of what I call the Free Minds Method, which is 3 stages of spiritual clearing, healing, and integration. So I walk you through sacred clearing. This looks like energy healing sessions in spirit release therapy. So initially, whenever I'm teaching spiritual development and my clients meet their guides and angels, there tends to be spiritual attachments. And so we clear these right away in the beginning of the journey so that you have a clear channel and so that you can become more familiar with the spirit guides of light and higher vibration that guide you for your highest good. So we get started with that right away. We get into energy healing and Reiki. And by this point of the journey, you're feeling better already. You're feeling more rooted and grounded and centered. From there, we kind of go into the second part of the Free Minds Method, which is integration. Now, let me backtrack a bit. The first part of the Free Minds Method with clearing, there is a free class on shadow work and inner child healing and parts healing. So I break all of this down for you so that you can do this yourself. Okay, so that's fundamentally what's really important to me as a spiritual teacher, is to not do things for you. But we are in 2026 in a massive awakening. It's time for us to do things for ourselves in an empowered way, in a clear way, with a sense of groundedness with our own spiritual relationship with spirit. Okay, so we shift into understanding your life contract and sacred agreements in life that you have with people, places, habits, locations, jobs, the whole 9 yards. And we also tap into your natal chart, and that session is so fun. If you've never had a natal chart reading, I give a natal chart reading based on intuitive astrology. I am not an astrologer. It is intuitive, but very powerful and impactful. And we go over your archetypal energies and your unique language. And the third phase of the Free Minds Method is commitment to continual evolution. So at this part of the journey, we dive into your abilities and how to apply them to energy healing and energy maintenance. So whenever we clear ourselves or get a Reiki energy healing, we do have to keep up with our energy maintenance like every day. So if you think about how often you take a shower or eat a good meal and just take care of yourself in a maintenance way, or even just going to get your car an oil change, you have to keep up with the maintenance to keep your body, your car, and your spiritual relationship with spirit going. So in the third part of the journey, you learn how to send healing to yourself fundamentally. So this isn't even for individuals that want to go on to phase 2 of Journey with JoJo, which is healer practitioner training. In the first phase of Journey with JoJo, I help everyone to be able to send healing into their body and to be able to go into your chakras to clear and ground. So you can do this every day or whenever needed, which is really impactful and powerful if you are trying to step into a sovereign journey where you don't have to pay somebody to tell you what to do, or pay a psychic, or pay a medium, or a healer. This program is really for people that want to become their own healer, their own best guide. So if this speaks to you, check out my offerings at jojoempathic.com. And then from phase 2, you can go into phase 3, which is energy healer practitioner training. So check out my website and see if those speak to you, and I'd love to work with you. And then if you'd like a private reading, you can also book that right at jojoempathic.com, or an energy healing and Reiki session. So that's kind of all the news I have for you guys now. I did upload a new offering on Etsy, on my Etsy shop. This offering is what are my spiritual abilities? So it's $33 bucks. And the turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours, but I believe it's 9 minutes. So I record an audio reading for you and I send it through Etsy messages. So that's a really cool reading to purchase. I'm also uploading it on my site under services. But tonight, if that speaks to you, that could be your free question that you ask me today. Like, what are my spiritual abilities? Our soul's purpose, along the lines of what are my spiritual gifts? Feel free to ask those questions tonight on tonight's show. So let's go ahead and dive in. So we have here, so I just need your first name and your question in the live chat. And of course, if you're feeling generous, please drop a tip or a donation. I have all of that info in my description box. So we have Maria here. Hey, Maria. Hey there. Okay, we have Lori. Hey, Lori. So go ahead and drop your questions. We have Aisha. Hi. Hi, Aisha. We have Linda here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing questions with Maria first. So today's going to be about an hour-long show. And I'll go ahead with the first question. So I'm wondering if you have any messages for me from my great-grandmother, Maria. You're so accurate in many readings. I just feel so lost and lonely. Please like this video, share and subscribe. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started here with Maria. Well, for Maria, I'm picking up, I know you're talking about a grandmother, but I do feel there's a grandfather stepping forward. I feel this is a gentleman. I want to lean towards paternal ancestry and showing me boots. So this is really symbolic of potentially some sort of uniform or worker boot that he wore. So I feel like I'm tying this to his career or some sort of uniform. He shows me the boots here. And as far as a healing message for you, Maria, your ancestors are helping you with emotional overload. Now, I'm not a doctor, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but we really have to develop techniques that are going to help us to process energy out. You have a lot of blocked energy stored. I'm feeling more like on the left side of the jaw, throat, and down into the heart, and also going down into the second chakra. And I'm holding energy here, a lot of shame, guilt, resentment, pain, and anxiety. And it would be very clearing for you if you began to work with the emotional energy you're holding in your chakras. And we begin to close the timelines and close these doors tied to where all of this began to develop. So going into inner child work and finally being able to have closure that opens up more compassion in your heart. And I think a lot of the anxiety that you're facing is not only coming from these stored emotions, but it's like, I'm almost focused on the wrong things. Like I see you very, very busy, but you're not like getting anywhere. And so we have to get clear, number one, but we also have to get focused. Once we can remove a lot of this emotional baggage you're holding, I think that you're going to have a clear understanding of like who you are, what you want to do in terms of soul's purpose, and you'll finally have that energy to be able to enact out what you need to do versus just kind of going in these circles with what you've been focused on. So I hope that resonates, and thank you, Maria. Okay. So now we have Lori. Maria says, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. And we have Lori. What is my soul's purpose? I'm seeing a lot of different charms for you. Reminds me of almost like one of those bracelets where there's like all of these different charms on it. And I feel like you're either making this or you're the curator behind these bracelets or charms or some sort of jewelry. And not saying that this is soul's purpose, okay? I'm saying that this is potentially an avenue for you to tap into your soul's purpose, would be this skillmanship in crafting and putting, beautiful charms, things together in order to make something a whole picture. So you can do many different things with this type of skill. But I see you really doing it to help uplift people and help people feel beautiful or appreciated with adornment. You also have a way of energy healing, not just with like adornment and wearing and helping people like to look better and feel better through what they're wearing, but you also have a way of directly energy healing others. So we could see you getting into like Reiki, quantum energy healing, and really finding a sense of fulfillment in that way. And for some reason, I also feel like cupping. I don't know if you're into like the holistic healing arts or like I'm more on like that kind of medical side, but I thought I saw like cupping for you. So it does look like you have some sort of soul's purpose to go out and help people to alleviate pain, and to help with the fascination of like the muscles and inflammation, and kind of ties back to that message of adornment. It's kind of how the pieces make a whole. So you can do a lot of different things with these gifts, and it's up to your free will with really what you do with your gifts. So it's definitely healing. Thank you, Lori. And please let us know how that makes sense. And then, so I focus on Philip, my ex, but I'm starting to move on. I hope he'll come back. So we don't have to post like other, kind of just irrelevant things in the live chat. Just kind of keep it to the question, if you guys don't mind, just so that we don't have the whole, feed with ex-boyfriend stuff, Okay, so Lori said thank you. Now, Lori, are you into the cupping, or do you get cupping, or why was I seeing that for you? Do you mind sharing, or the charms that were coming through very clearly for you? Okay, so, and then while we're waiting for her response, if she wants to, we have Linda here. Okay, so Maria says, I'm sorry, I'm just referring to the emotional baggage that you mentioned. Don't mean to be rude, sorry. Okay, I see what you mean. So some of the baggage is coming from an ex. No worries. Thank you for sharing. So with Linda, why I feel a bit dizzy, what's my energy? Linda. Okay, Linda, so I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe or diagnose. Of course, see a medical professional if this is something that you are concerned about or persistent. For me, I instantly start seeing veins. So I feel like this is blood pressure related or potentially along the lines of the heart and circulation. It does feel like it's like I'm not getting enough circulation, or something is feeling a bit cut off, more on the back side of the body and neck. So you may want to get that looked into. I also feel like your chakras are overloaded and they need to be cleared. So a Reiki energy healing session could be helpful. Your storage is like overloaded, and it's impacting your heart chakra and crown. So it does feel like I'm not in coherence with my heart and brain, impacting heart chakra function. Linda. Yes, so definitely chakra overload. I want to say like the first three chakras, first, second, and third, feel like they need balancing and healing. That may help. Thank you, Linda. Please let me know if that resonates. And then Lori says, all natural person, charms I'm not sure about. Thank you for sharing. All natural person, that may be like you resonate with the cupping, or you get cupping. See, I feel like it was you doing it. So that's what I have here. And are there any more questions? Please like this video. Subscribe if you're new here. And drop a question for Spirit if you would like a reading tonight. We've had a cold front in Texas. It's been pretty chilly. I don't know where you guys are tuning in from. We're going to get supposedly a pretty bad winter storm this weekend. Lori says yes with oils. So Linda says, yes, I went to see a doctor, but nothing wrong. Yes, I'm doing a lot this week and a lot on my mind. Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of times if there's a lot on your mind, I mean, that can influence blood pressure, like anxiety. We have to really calm down and get centered. So grounding, does anyone do any grounding that's here right now? Like there's a few different techniques that I like to use. One is the sacred tree technique. Um, yes, that's what I had. So one powerful grounding technique is where you visualize yourself where there's tree roots growing from your crown down your body, through your feet and into the earth, and then begin to visualize energy drawing up the roots into your body. And it's very calming and very centering, and it brings your spirit in. That's one method. Another method is to take your hands above your head like this and blow and draw your spirit in. So if you visualize like your soul's like has a body. It's not just in the body, it's like around. And so what you're doing is you're visualizing your soul just becoming centered with you. So you could do and you blow and you kind of grab the earth and draw up. That's a second method of grounding. A third method of grounding you can try for instant shifts are to visualize yourself grounding into your organs. And so you can do this by visualizing a ring of light in a clockwise position over different organs and over different glands. This is really powerful. You breathe as you do this visualization, and you will start to see a shift potentially in color of the ring, which is a good thing. And also you'll feel more present in your actual body. And also, if you have an imbalance somewhere in your body, ground into that place in the body, and you can begin to ask questions. What's going on? Where is this coming from? What is the root cause of this imbalance? And you might begin to know, you might get this sense that you need to go get this checked out. You might get the sense that your hormones are out of whack and you need to maybe have some garlic. Like raw garlic is super medicinal for balancing hormones, and it, fights off infections, maybe something like that. You just know what to do. Or when you tap into the illness or the imbalance or the organ, and you're hearing arguments when you do that. So it may not be a direct message from spirit like what's wrong. The actual physical illness isn't speaking, but energetically there's a message there. You're hearing the fighting. So maybe there's parts of that fight that you're holding on to. Maybe you're holding on to resentment from that fight. Maybe you need to forgive. Maybe you need to let go, process something more deeply. And you're holding it where there's now a physical manifestation. So this is how we slowly begin to heal ourselves, through awareness, through communication, and through receiving from ourselves, our soul, the body, the intuitive message of guidance. Okay. And don't ever be afraid to obviously get help if you need it, because your body will tell you, I need help. And often we dismiss that. Vermont, same here, Sunday into Monday for us. Asia is here. Oh, okay. So this was another question here. So Aisha says here and question. Sorry to skip you. I just saw it. Let me go back. Okay. So we have Aisha Rez. Aisha Rez. What does Dr. Faisal think about me? We are in online study group. Dr. Faisal. Dr. Faisal. So it feels like I feel like he's more focused on like the qualitative data than an actual opinion of you. Because it doesn't seem like there's this much of an interest. Like it might seem like they're not very like there's not much there, but it does feel more qualitative. Um, so I'm just kind of processing and taking in information. Dr. Sal. It also feels like, and I'd be curious if there's some sort of study on glands, specifically around heart chakra. And it seems like it's almost like a study of like imprint versus exposure. I don't know what that means, but it feels like, is this either some sort of test of like, is this, was it the gene or the exposure? Is it the gene or the environment? So I think that there's some sort of study to understand how we affect our own disease in some way. I'll be interested to know if that resonates. Aisha is. Thank you. Said didn't understand. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for the situation. I'm not sure how that applies to you. He's just professional. No, it doesn't mean non-professional. It seems like there's like I felt he had a crush on me. I wouldn't say I'm not getting that. I'm getting that he's like it's more qualitative. It doesn't feel personal to me. She said, okay, thank you. So we have Anastasia. Thank you. You're welcome. So Anastasia, part 2. Anastasia, part 2. Why did S never actually have a proper conversation with me about what happened? Why did S not have a proper conversation with me about what happened? S, Anastasia. There's a few things here. So with S, and of course, obviously, leaving your first name is going to help with the most accuracy. It's going to be picking up someone with S in all types of situations around you. Um, but I'm getting my symbol for there potentially was like either romance between you guys, and it feels like it's just a lack of like very childlike and immature. So it doesn't feel like either the skills were there or I wasn't able to really kind of face the actual conversation that needed to happen just because I wasn't developed enough. um, I wouldn't take it personal. I would just see it for what it is and just grow from it. Take from like look at this like a mirror. Like what part of me is avoidant? What part of me is not facing what I need to face and say what I need to say? What part of me? And then you might realize like there's a lot of your inner child, guiding romance area of your life and soulmates and relationships and communication. And so see this as an opportunity to resolve that and step more in your power with speech. We'll switch the romantic partners we begin to attract. And she says, hi, yes, yes. Do you think he is ready now? So if we go back maybe like 8 months, I don't know the whole timeline, but I'm going back in time. I feel like you could have saw what it would be now. Like there hasn't been much growth, so you see what's happened in the past, maybe 8 months ago or like a year. What happened would be the same type of pattern today. I don't feel that there's growth enough for there to be prosperity flow. So it's kind of you've already had a prelude of what it would be like now. Thank you. Hope that resonated. Any other questions? Questions for Spirit? Anastasia says, thank you. You're welcome. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for them. Because here's the truth about being ready for commitment and romance and even just anything in life. You have to be ready. And for a lot of times, and specifically men, it can take a lot longer than what we would like. And so you can be with someone for like 8 to 10 years and it's the same person, same old patterns. So change with human nature takes time, truly. So it could be a decade. Would you want to wait for that long? Probably not. And sometimes people they will take it to their deathbed. Some people never change. They never change. So it's always a choice. Any other questions? So tonight is a free reading show. Ask one question for Spirit. Tips, donations are greatly appreciated. Is anyone interested in working on spiritual development with me? Anyone here interested? Or energy healing certificate training, Reiki training? Does anyone want to step into the healing arts themselves here, or psychic mediumship, or energy healing to any degree? So if there are no other questions, does anyone have a second question that they want to ask tonight? Maybe I'll do a second question free. Anyone want a reading now? This can be spiritual clearing, spiritual healing, soulmate relationship, work, career, soul's purpose, spiritual abilities. People also hire me to find lost objects. Maybe you've lost something recently. Drop your question for Spirit in the live chat for a live reading. Drop your question for Spirit in the live chat. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Tonight I'm answering a free question that you have for Spirit Night, answer in real time live here. So let me know where you're tuning in from. So next week I'll have 3 free shows: Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central, Wednesday, noon Central, News for the Soul Radio. Okay, and that's going to be an amazing show with a guest host, Joanne Carvalho from Gateway of the Soul. So if you want a joint reading, call into the station next Wednesday. And then next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central here on YouTube. So it should be a busy week. This month has been exhausting for me. I can't even believe I'm here tonight, but I'm here. And excited to be here. Just wish anyone would ask a question so I can give a reading. I also have my tarot cards here too, so if anyone wants a tarot card reading, I've got those too. So the Energy Healing Coach. Hi Jojo, my name is Sam. Thanks for being here, even though you're exhausted. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting my channel. Are you guys exhausted or is it just me? Today, I've been feeling a bit better than I have like all month, but I've just taken so much like time to be introspective, and so much has come to the surface for me. And I feel like I know my next step in this kind of intuitive way. Like so much has been revealed to me in this past month that I think sometimes when you get tired and you just have to stop what you're doing and take a break, you have to trust it. And when you do and slow down, you start to receive like the guidance you've been waiting for, the clarity. So rest is good. The Energy Healing Coach said, I am too. It's been exhausting, just like with everything in the world and the shifts and the astrology is intense. So if you have any questions for spirits, go ahead and put it in the live chat now. We're getting towards the end of this session here, about 23 minutes left. So I'm opening this up to any questions. I might start doing like a tarot reading, just like a collective general tarot reading, or draw a card and have a message, channel a message from Spirit. I'm going to keep my cards here. So we have Culture Envy. Hey. I just need your first name. What was my boss? What is my boss truly thinking about me? Just your first name and maybe your boss's first name. And Lori says, can I have a tarot card reading? Yes. So Culture Envy, what is your first name? I'm going to go ahead and begin to, hey, I'm D. Oh, hey, I'm D. Hey, D. And his name is Scott. Okay. So we have D here regarding Scott. Now, D, you have paternal energy looking over you during this time and regarding work. Scott. What does my boss, Scott, truly think about me? It also feels like you've taken on some sort of like burden. You have your angels working with you regarding this too. Usually angels will step forward when it's pretty serious. Scott. Scott regarding D. Now, okay. So don't shoot the messenger, but your boss, seems like what I would say is an NPC. I'm so sorry. But it just doesn't feel like there's much, like, soul. Like, it just feels very empty. Let's see here. The cards I pulled are Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands, Two of Cups in reverse, and King of Cups in reverse. So it's the energy of like defense, but yet coming together, and emotions all over the place, mind all over the place. So it's up and down with Scott. How does Scott feel about D? D says, it's been tough at work the last few weeks, trying to work as hard as I can, but I've made a few small mistakes and he's trying to make me feel guilty about it or something. Grief, irritability, and disappointed, and you feel trapped. So this is your energy, the lion in the cage. And so D says, very true, he's not a feelings guy, very thinky. Kind of just, yeah. And that's why you're feeling trapped, is because you're in alignment with that. You know, that's director, and you're soulful. So it's hard for you to feel heard. And I think, how is he feeling? Like, disappointed and irritated with you, honestly. There's a bit of disappointment, like he felt let down, and then also annoyed. So again, this isn't slander. This is just an energy read of the situation, and it's leaving you feeling heartbroken. Okay. So when I see the cards for you, this is why it's so up and down. It's karmic. Like, first card is this. It's oops, backwards. This is a defense card. I have my defense up. There's something in between us. But then with this card, the Two of Cups in reverse, you know, when we have it like this can be someone that there's a lot of compatibility with. There's a strong union here. So it's like this because emotions get in the way. So Scott puts, I know like we're saying he's feelingless, but he puts bias into the mix. There is a level of like not being as professional as I can with this card. His emotions are involved. And that's leading you to feeling like you're kind of losing your marbles and very emotional. So the solution for you would be Ace of Swords. You're good either way, but you're going to have to think the solution out. Like, you're going to have to visualize Scott, you know, kind of bending to your will. So whether it's to feel like there's more flow, you have to visualize this, get into that type of prayer and meditation, or more respect for you. You know, when you make a mistake, not so hard on you. Visualize that. It's your mind is what's going to help to save you out of this situation. So get creative and know that there is help. That was in the beginning of this reading coming in right away, and it confirms it with this card. Whenever there's a hand being reached out, this is divine guidance. This is divine protection. So you're good. Don't overthink it, and don't let your emotions get in the way and let it bring you into this type of state. Don't be bullied. Stand your ground and visualize yourself into a higher situation with Scott. You're not trapped. So thank you, D. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I do free shows Tuesday, 3 p.m. and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. Oops. And then let us know how that resonates. Seems like you were in here. Thank you, just subbed. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so what message does Spirit have for how to deal with my ex-husband? And then we're going to do, so we're going to do, I'll do the, I'm going to do, probably I'm going to do Sam's first, because this will be your first free one, and then Lori, I'll do yours next because it'll be your second one. Okay, so I'll go ahead here with Sam. Sam, what does Spirit have to have for how to deal with my ex-husband. Ex-husband, Sam. Just see a lot of water. They're showing me water element. So sacral chakra, get creative. A need for clearing emotionally. So make sure we're keeping our emotions out of whatever decisions with your ex-husband regarding, I feel like, the kids. I also feel like he has some sort of absence where he's not stepping up and doing what you need for him to do. Like, I'm either absent or not around or involved in some way. And you're like, how am I going to deal with this when I need this kind of supplements, or, this could be money or support. Spirit's going to send you some feathers. So be on the lookout for this in your real third dimensional life, like 3D, and also in your dream state. And in Spirit's guiding and working you through these issues. So be on the lookout for the feathers, for the messages at those times. And then it also does feel like on the financial front, it's like we've got to sort this out legally to make amends, and then processing some sort of plan forward. So it does feel like there may need to be some sort of legal involved as well. Hope that helps. So answer really, I think, fundamentally is like tapping into the water element here. Water will guide you, and the feathers will too. Thank you. And let us know how that resonates. Oh, Sam says, thank you. I've sent a donation via Stripe. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sam, did that resonate with you, what I was seeing here? Thank you so much. Okay. And then we're going to get into the tarot reading for Lori. Okay, we have Aura Greatness. Hey, Aura Greatness. Hello, thank you. I know, so there I was going in that channeler's brain. Something as simple as Aura, I could not even read it. Yes, you can ask a question tonight. I'm doing one free question for Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and get Lori's in now. So Lori will go ahead and do, yes, please like and subscribe to the channel every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. on Thursdays. So for Lori, and if you want to learn tarot, mediumship, psychic reading, you can also study that on the journey with JoJo with me as well. Okay? I can teach tarot. I'm considering doing a whole either virtual class or digital course. Let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in tarot reading, Reiki courses, or any of these courses ringing bells to you. So let's lean into Lori. What are the healing messages for Lori? Okay, so there's definitely a lot of spirits watching over you. Whenever I get like that with my sinuses, I know there's all these ancestors for you, guiding you. Primarily about work. You're making huge shifts with work. So if I draw 4 cards here, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse is the leading card for you. I love this card right side up. But either way, it's about the possibilities. That's very abundant and fruitful. 9, the call to service, light work. So the reading is Page of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the 2 of Wands, followed by the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So what is this all saying here? Let me break this down for you. Lori. And now I feel like I'm tapping into a grandmother. I was trying to figure out who was coming through. And she kind of has that personality of like grandma. I want to say maternal side, where it's like she liked to like furry things. Like she's like, oh, that's, you know, like some old lady and everything's like so cute to them. I don't know if this is like furry, like she had stuffed animals or something. With her, she's real cutesy with like the soft texture of things like a cat. With her coming in, and she's also showing me a teacup. So, and I also feel like there's a father figure coming in for you as well. So you have a lot of support right now to help you through the feeling of being afraid, all of the fear that you're going through. This is what, when you can transcend the fear, this is when you're really going to step into this role. So there's a lot of shifts for money for you on the horizon. There's a lot of shifts in terms of a helping hand also financially coming in for you. One of the biggest messages from Spirit is that I think that because you're in this phase of where I'm kind of just sitting back, I'm just waiting. I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? That's okay to be in that phase, but like we want to get going the next for the night. Your mind has already received the answer. You're just not going through with it because you're afraid. So fear is like one of the biggest robbers, thieves of truth. If we allow ourselves to be rooted in fear and ran by it, it's going to destroy everything. Our prosperity, our opportunities, and our empowerment and willpower to carry on. So this is a solar plexus matter. To get your willpower going, to get your sunshine shining again, we have to nip the fear in the butt. And this is along the lines of your root chakra and feels like fear of the world, like just fear. This might be visibility. Thank you. Hope that made sense, Lori. Thank you so much. So then Sam says, yes, I got cheated out of child support and a fair settlement last year. He's still angry with me for divorcing him and uses children as pawns. No good, ever. It's never good. So yeah, the alimony and legal issues, there has to just be some sort of closure and peace. Thank you for sharing. So, Aura Greatness, what question do you have? And just need first name. Aura Greatness says cool. Oops. Okay. What did I do here? So Dave is Aura Greatness. And Dave, what is your question? All of that just to put that heart emoji in here. Okay. Will I hear back from any job applications I recently put out in the near future? Okay. Dave, it's been a long struggle. Well, right on the back side of the head here, so this is my right side of the head. I'm curious if maybe you have pain, tension, or feel a pulling, but there does seem to be a cord that needs to be released immediately from this area. This is blocking the future in your mind's power. This can also manifest as like, and I'm not a doctor, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but like either feeling mentally like exhausted or mental illness of some way. So removing this cord is going to help in that start making ways for things to start coming in. I just wanted to address that right away. What is that cord to? And the cord is like, and it feels like it's tied to other masculine relatives. So this could be belief systems instilled from the men in the family. It's also on the yang side of the body. There's an imbalance with your yang. A lot of different energetic imbalances here. I'm picking up left shoulder, right thigh. So your whole energy circuit is off right now. This is what we want to work on in order for those blessings to be able to flow through. But right now there's a stagnancy here and here. How is the energy going to come? You know, how is it going to, how are the blessings going to come in? Because in the quantum field, it all is already. It just needs to come through into the physical. So I would do a grounding, an energy clearing, and get centered, number one. Cut cords, then it should come in. So we see about 6 weeks down the road for you. So I'm going to say about 1.5 to 2 months. There should be an opportunity that's favorable for you. Interestingly enough, I think it's going to be a 5-month run, and then we up level then. That's going to be the one that's going to be, I think, more in your favor. So we see 2 different jobs coming in for you, one in 1.5 to 2 months, and then another 5 months from there, we up level. There's some sort of picture with Dave. I think there's a loved one that's trying to show a picture to me. This feels like also a male relative. Feel like father figure. I feel like I'm being shown a picture with his hands on your shoulders. Let me know how this resonates. If this is father figure with this like picture of you when you're young, and his hands are on your shoulder here. He's coming to maternal energy is watching over you in terms of anxiety as well. You just have to breathe and regardless of what's going on in the economy and the world, what's the resonance of your thoughts, Dave? And how optimistic are you? And how sure that the universe has your back are you? So these questions this period of your life is really developing your faith. And you're good. Things are going to work out for you. But don't let this journey of like the pain, the hardship, and the waiting go to vain. Learn from every aspect of the without, because there's a purpose to it for sure. So you're going to ascend. I feel very positive for you mid-year, shifting out of frustration. Thank you. So yes, left shoulder, you're right. Yes, I need to meditate more. And yes, probably grandfather from Dominican Republic. He has to make music too. I just need a temporary income to get the ball rolling. Thanks for the reading. Oh, I love that for you. Congratulations with everything. You're welcome. So yeah, the temporary and then something bigger. I like that because that's what kind of came through in the reading. Come back in the future and let us know how that plays out for you. Thank you. All right, so where are we at time? So Lori says thank you. A lot going on and change. Dave says I will sub. Thank you. Thanks for your support. I'm here every next week is a big week. So next Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central, YouTube. Wednesday, 12 noon, Central News for the Soul Radio with a joint reading with Joanne Carvalho. And then Thursday, 7 p.m. Central back here on YouTube. Those are all free reading shows next week. I don't know how I'm going to get through it. It's not too much. Then we have Marijana. Hi. Hi, Marijana. Now, this is going to be my last one because my timer is going to go off here in a second. So let's do Marijana. I'm going to stop my timer here. Okay, so Marijana. Will I have a good February? Well, of course, that depends on what you believe is good, right? Or high vibrational, Marijana. A lot going on with the kids. Marijana, February. On February 13th, I think there will be a bit of relief for you coming through, which is positive. They're very busy with the kids in the beginning of the month, getting them physically moving. And I also feel, I'll be curious to know if there's going to be a move for you. It does feel like there's some sort of change of location going on. I want to say mid-February towards the end. It does feel like a smooth transition wherever we are with changing of locations. It may be physical move of the home. Now, is there like I'd be curious to know if there is some sort of, if there's are you going through some sort of procedure or like having something removed? If that's making sense. It feels like something is potentially like there's, okay, yes, treatments for breast cancer. Okay. Are you it feels like there's potentially some sort of like, it feels like a surgery, like a lump removed too. It's hard to go really in depth on such personal matters on the YouTube lives. Of course, you can always book a private reading with me. Sometimes I get put in a rock and a hard space. And I know this is a difficult time for you, but it does feel like it goes through with success. So if there's no physical move, with what I was saying being removed, it could be that type of message for you if that does come in a more positive way or resonating with like no physical move, but moving of something, removing of something from the body. Marijana said, okay. I do feel that there is success with that message as well. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. You said great. Okay, and if you have any prayer requests, you can always email me privately or drop a comment on any of my videos, and I will send healing prayers. You're welcome. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm going to tap out here, and thank you for the donations tonight. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you back Tuesday, and we'll talk then. Okay. All right, guys. So until next time.